Hi, welcome to Hillman Halt and this new video looking at the new Hornby 423 4-VEP EMU, which as far as I'm aware is the only train out there that's in the southern livery. There are lots in Network Southwest and all sorts of things, but this is the only one I've seen that comes in southern. So I'm keen on having this one because that's the rail franchise for the area that I live in back in the UK. So let's take a look at the model and see what we think. So let's have a look inside. Normal blurb, nothing exciting really, how to use it, how to fit bits and pieces, not too fussed. Plastic sheet, doesn't look to be recyclable, to be honest, it's a shame. Some stickers where you can add different numbers on the front. This box here came out when the speaker went in, and some extra couplings and bits. So, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4 coaches, number 2 is the one where the action happens. It's in the standard packaging. Now, be warned, and I've seen this on other reviews of the same loco. This top for the driving engine is really badly designed. By that I mean it's really wobbly and with absolutely no effort whatsoever, and if you don't handle it properly it just comes straight off. Of course I can't get it off now, can I? But you can see, oh there we go, it just comes off without any tools, without any manipulation, which is, you've got to be careful because it's heavy, and if you hold it from here it will drop down. But anyway, you can see my sound decoder there, keep alive added, and there is the speaker. So when this does go back on, it's a lot easier to do when you're not trying to do it in front of a camera. Back to front, might be a way. Right, goes straight on, but it doesn't really lock in very well. It's, in my view, that's not particularly well designed. But ignoring that for a minute, if you know it's there, you can manage it properly. It's a lovely model. The detail's good, and as I mentioned, it's nice to have something in southern, which is what I wanted. So that's the second one. Let's look at the other ones. The front coach. First class drivers, so remember those stickers, you can put your own route in there. Sprung buffers, that's just to help with shipping. An element of underneath moulding, I mean there's not much on these ones to be fair, and the standard coupling where they do to take the electrics through, given these have carriage lights in, as you'll see. So that's the first one with first class. We've seen the second one. Third is your standard TSO carriage. I remember taking these up to London every day when I commuted. And then the back, which is the final one, has another first class. I didn't travel in that, far too expensive. But anyway, it's the nice first class with the compartments. Let's go around the other side. You can see inside, it's nicely done with the seats. Lovely details, good. Paint finish is very nice as well. Just look at the second class one again in more detail. You'll see it is nicely done. The seats and the luggage racks between the seats as well, just as I remember them. So I'll start to run it round now and see how it performs. Now I know these are not the same, but what I want to do is have a comparison between the Bachmann and the Hornby. So here's the Bachmann 411 and here's the Hornby 423. Let's bring the Hornby back. Okay, here they are together. So let's take a look at the similarities. Let's let the brakes go on. Let's look at the similarities and the differences between the two. In the Bachmann unit, you can very clearly see the DCC chip. Right visible, it's even lit by the lights inside the carriage. However, the Hornby, much more sensible. They've put the motor, so the drive motor, the DCC chip, the sound speaker, cube, everything in coach 3 in this guard section. Now, Bachmann could have done the same because they have a similar space here, but they chose to put it in the front unit, which makes it visible. So from an aesthetic standpoint, I think that is definitely a plus for the Hornby. Looking at the Bachmann, the bottom of the carriage is very nicely detailed. All moulded parts, but still looks very good. Again, not looking to compare apples with apples because these are different engines. When we come onto the Hornby, you know, if anything, that level of detail there is higher than the Bachmann. It does look incredibly nice. Great level of detail there. The quality at the front end is equally good on both. There's not much to distinguish them. The Hornby on the right has a lot brighter at the top because I haven't put the number code in yet. Clearly when that goes in, it'll be more representative of the Bachmann on the left, but again, there's no difference between the two. The quality is excellent, and you look at the top roofs, similar in terms of the paint job and the quality. Very, very comparable between the two. Looking each side, each one, and forgive me if I get a bit wobbly, the level of detail inside the Hornby is extremely nice. Lighting is great, really good quality lighting. Great detail, the seats, the headrests, the luggage storage between each. Number 3 is where the engines are nicely hidden. You see the level of detail there is fantastic. And when we come to the Bachmann, because they put the engine drive in the front, the level of detail in that front carriage, it doesn't quite look right. It looks like it's sofas with no floor. It's wrong. Still looks good, don't get me wrong, but it's not as realistic really as the Hornby. And when you go further back and you have the tables and chairs here, look, it's nice. I like it. I like the curtains. It's a lovely model, don't get me wrong. This is not a complaint. They're both cracking, but I'm pleasantly surprised myself that I actually prefer the level of detailing in this Hornby model. From above, both models have the same connection gap between the carriages, which is great. And tested it on my layout, which, as some of you may know, does have some rather challenging corners on my heritage line. It still navigates it very well with the tension style couplings that expand as you go around corners. Nice glossy matte gloss paint finish as well. And then at the back, bright red light on the Hornby because I haven't fitted the head code yet, but the level of detail on both is great. And when you turn it round to go into it's currently forwards, if I turn backwards, change direction in other words, that light turns white and the headlamp turns on underneath it as well. So what do I think of the Hornby 423? I'm really impressed. I was sceptical when I got it. I've sort of lost faith in Hornby. I've ordered several things that are just no sign of appearing. Then the 423 finally appeared. Looking through it, comparing it to Bachmann as the easiest thing to compare to, because I have the other units which are similar. The quality of the Hornby is great. The running is very smooth. The quality of the finish is great. As I mentioned, I love what they've done with putting the DCC and the motor in the guards area as opposed to having it on full display in the first carriage, first drive unit. So yeah, overall, really impressed, very happy with it. Great addition to my collection, and the biggest plus side for me, it's my first and only Southern livery train. So I'm really pleased to have that as well. So for me, definitely a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.